All right, we're in business.
Let's get down to business.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Frying Pan, your favorite pop culture podcast, and it's me, your favorite host with the most, and I don't want to boast. I'm on fucking fire. It's me, Dan.
Damn.
I'm here with my good friend and co-host.
It's me, Robert Burnt Toast D'Onofrio. How's it going, folks?
Oh, well, did you burn toast?
No, I was trying to keep the rhyme going. I was thinking, like, shit,
Oh,
what rhymes with host?
I
What rhymes with most? Toast.
I got you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was on it, then I was off it. I jumped off the hype train. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
You just didn't believe that you got three rhymes going, so you were still on that.
yeah, I was just chasing the high, and I figured I wasn't going to get any better than that, so I just was soaking in it. Anywho, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Got out to see my brother yet again, which is always nice.
Very nice.
Um, let's see. How am I doing? In one word, I'm doing just fine. That's two words, but fine is the
Just
word that was important.
just take it easy. It's okay.
Man, just don't at me, okay? How are you doing?
Okay, I'm doing well. Another day on the grind, another day in paradise. Live my best life, and I really can't complain about it.
I love when
Um,
people say another day in paradise.
yeah,
Or like living the dream as well. Because
yeah,
usually when they say that, it's not true.
yeah. Well, they don't mean it, but they're optimistic, so or they're trying to be, or they're just very pessimistic. It's a
I was
coin
gonna
flip on
say,
who you
like,
get.
I feel like it's either like blatant optimism to the point where it's ignorant, or just the most sarcastic remark you could bring out. On a side
Yeah.
note, I just looked over to where my Nintendo Switch usually is, and I now realize I left it in the car.
Well, you can go get that in about an hour, I'd say.
I'm not too worried about it. It was startling because I looked at the dock and I was like, why does it look so different? I'm like, oh, it's missing the red and blue things. I'm like, oh wait, the whole thing's not there.
Oh, it's missing the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much. That was just my reaction just then.
Oh, I love it. But
Yeah.
let's see. Anything good going on? Any cool plans you might have?
Um, let's see. I'm trying to plan a trip to Maine soon, which would be a little nice. I just
Very
want to
nice.
go up and see what it's like up there, I guess, because I've never actually been up to Maine, and I've heard like it's, I mean, it's wilderness and stuff where I plan to go, but I'd
Hmm.
like to just kind of kick it in the woods, I guess, for a while.
That sounds nice. Get away from everything.
Yeah, it'd be nice. And my dad's up there currently doing doing some work for his friend on his house before he moves. So I kind of want to get up there before they finish it all and move. So
Hmm.
probably within
Very,
the next month or so would be pretty cool.
very cool. Well, hopefully it works out.
Yeah, definitely. Mm, besides that, though, nothing really. How about yourself?
Um, Sunday is Father's Day, so
Oh
me,
boy, huh. Good thing
me
he's states away, so that means nothing to me.
and, me
Got
and
him,
the
Dad.
fuck you, Dad. Not Dad. No, I'm just kidding. Cut that out. Cut that out. Um, for Father's Day, me and the family we're gonna get together for dinner. Enjoy our company.
Hmm.
Um,
Enjoy your dad.
enjoy my dad. Even though I moved out, I still see him often. Tragically, I mean, no, not at
Um,
all.
the real
I
feelings come out, Mister Steer. This is what you've raised.
no, I feel like ever since I've moved out, my parents they miss us, but they don't want to admit it. So,
Hmm.
because like when I moved out, I feel like my dad's thought process was like, all right, the electricity bill's going down, the water bill's going down, less room, and then he's like, oh well, it's kind of lonely.
Hmm. Oh, that's kind of sad in its own way.
Yeah, I mean, we still have another kid, so they're fine, and they got a dog, so it's like it works out.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, a dog, honestly, is like the equivalent of two kids in terms of the pleasure of having one.
Yeah, in the maintenance, I'd say.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'd rather have a dog than a kid.
Yeah, in
In
this
most
day and age,
cases.
yeah, I
In
think I'd
most
definitely
cases.
rather.
Yeah, I think it costs around like $300,000 to raise a kid to 18, I think was the number I saw last.
Yeah, I know it's around there. It's definitely like in six figures, which
Yeah.
is just good on parents. Keep doing you.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
looking forward
hey,
to it anytime soon.
thank you to our own parents for doing it, but I don't think I will anytime soon.
Yeah, not within the next 5 years at least. Maybe when I get to 30, we'll talk about it. We'll
I don't know,
think
who
about it.
knows? Maybe the 2020 election's a bangerang and our country just decides to pop off. In a good way, that is.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we get Bernie on there, free college. Who knows?
Um,
Unless he
see,
dies before election.
my opinion on free college is probably not one that our generation would like to hear, but it's very
It's
realistic.
it's not a good idea. It's good in theory, not in practice, and
Well,
that's
no, it's just not a good thing to do right away. We need to get economically better off than we are now before we can really move on to it. At least in my very, very amateur economic position.
in your Psych 101 knowledge.
Of course. Well, I mean, honestly, I'm just a genius, so you know it doesn't even matter. Brain blast, baby. Call me Jimmy Neutron.
I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I'll give you the
Oh.
sentiment.
Okay,
Uh,
so yeah, my rap name is Lil Neutron.
Um, bad. I'm gonna, as your friend, I'm just gonna say it's shit.
Well, to be honest, you think Lil Xan looked at his name and thought it was good?
No,
You think
no.
Lil Pump was just like, yo, Lil Pump?
Well, I mean, Lil Pump was 16, and I think Lil Xan was also like 18, so I'm not giving them a pass, but I just don't think they thought that much as it is, so it's kind of hard for them to come up with a good name when you're not really thinking at all as it is, so, whatever.
I'll have you know, Lil Pump does a lot of inner thinking to get his lyrics right.
Oh, yeah, all his lyrics are very insightful and motivational, and just,
Yeah. He
I
was
can't.
he was bathing in the saltwater sea, or in the salt sea, the black talking about the Black Sea. Thank you. He was
Yes.
bathing in the Black Sea, basking in the moonlight with his head up, and that's when spend 10 racks on a new chain, my bitch loved you cocaine came to him.
Yeah, it really speaks to our generation, and it's just what the people want.
It is what the people want.
All right, you want to jump into some topics?
Sure, but actually, I have something that I learned yesterday or the day before that I'm not sure that too many people know, but something that we kind of take for granted. I don't know. Something we don't really think about, but interesting. So you know GPS, right?
Yes,
It's Global Positioning System, I think is its like actual like abbreviation.
that would make a lot of sense.
I think so. Or Global Positioning System.
Doesn't
Yeah, that
matter.
sounds right. Yeah.
Does
Anyways, so it's basically free for the whole world to use, and it's like a constellation of 24 satellites or so, and you can tell where everyone is in the world through this system, and it's virtually free. The initial cost of the project was around 12 billion altogether. But the thing
Hmm.
is, do you know what keeps it funded?
No, I
Considering
don't.
it is free for everyone. It's the operating costs is about $2 million a day. And the thing is, that comes straight out of the US taxpayer dollars, but still free for the whole world to use. But I thought that was interesting just in general. I wasn't trying to make a case that like, hey, what the hell, why isn't anyone paying for this as well? But it's very interesting to me that like I never even thought about like how this project's getting paid for that I'm definitely using for free. You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand entirely. I also don't remember the last time I've ever thought about using GPS, other
Mm.
than having to use GPS, obviously, but just like out of the blue. That's
Yeah,
about it.
it was definitely something that was kind of random, but I found it very interesting.
That's cute. I like it. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I learned something new.
Mm.
But all right. First little topic of the day. I don't know if you saw this, but there was like a home security footage of like a little alien walking out.
I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
talking about?
Wait, I've seen this picture. Home camera this morning. Okay, let me watch the actual little thing waddling.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 seconds, and
Yeah, it's 11.
the thing is, everybody is referring to it as Dobby, aka like Harry Potter Dobby. You probably know. You probably recognize it. Yada yada.
So my thing is like the thing walks out of the house clearly.
Yeah, or like from it. I mean, like
Yeah.
I definitely think it's fake. But it was just very odd to see on my
Well,
timeline.
like I wonder why they like obviously it's gotta be fake. Otherwise, why would she cut the video at it only getting halfway down the driveway? Like what happened to it afterwards?
Exactly. But it was just very, I don't know.
Odd.
It got so many people, like conspiracy theorists talking, and some shit like, oh, I know exactly what this is. And it's like, no, you don't. Come on, guy. Relax.
Gosh. I mean, if it's a kid, that's a very bizarre looking kid.
I mean, if it's a kid, it's like straight out the womb.
Yikes. I
Not
mean,
a good
hey,
sight.
real life Harry Potter. Let's go, baby. Where's
Magic's
my
real.
Hogwarts acceptance letter? Come on
That
now.
that'd be nice. But
Excuse me.
bless you.
Thank you.
But
God,
apparently,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
apparently, some experts are saying that it can't be messed with, and maybe it could be real, which I'm pretty sure is just being said to stir the pot. But how do you stand on like aliens and that we're the only life forms in this galaxy? How do you feel about that?
Okay, so I actually watched a video on this pretty recently,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say that our existence is pure chance, and there is no higher power that played a power into it, right?
Okay.
There is something like 0.1% or 1% of all planets in our solar system or galaxy or universe, some shit like that, are able to inhabit life. With the amount there are, I think that works out to be like over a million or over a billion. And then if you drop that number again down to 1%, or no, I think if you drop that number down to 1%, you're left with either a million or a billion. So, like, statistically, there should be another planet with life on it,
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
And there's something called like the screen effect or something like that, which is like there very well could be intelligent alien life out there, but we just haven't developed technology enough to actually find them, or vice versa. Because it could be wholly possible as well that we are the most advanced civilization in the universe, and everything else is just going through evolution as we speak. There could be hundreds of other planets in distant corners of our galaxy that we haven't found yet with life, but that life is just one-celled organisms, not these Martians that we are picturing.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that I thought was interesting. I was listening to a podcast. That's Why We Drink is what it's called. Very good podcast. But I guess they were talking about a story of, I think back in like 2012, there was like a lot of UFO sightings and shit that was like unexplainable. Like they were going at like G forces that actually weren't even possible to get without killing people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I always think that's interesting because we've like throughout, not hundreds, but like throughout like the past, like I'd say 70 or so years, there's been about a bunch of like UFO sightings, and you can't really haven't really got like a straight answer on it. And also the fact that our government has invested, like they've funded a kind of branch that looks into UFOs. When I say UFOs, I'm not saying like they're all spinning saucers, but just like the actual unidentified flying object jazz.
Well,
So
I kind of well, it makes sense. I mean, you have to entertain the possibility, at least in some way, because it's better to be somewhat prepared rather than not at all, or at least as much as you could be. But also, I feel like, these UFO sightings, like, I feel like a lot of the time it could just be like like a top secret government ship or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
a lot of that stuff just looks crazy nowadays. So I think it's like not out of the realm of possibility that it could just be some space age looking thing. Like, remember the Black Hawk or whatever the hell that thing is called from, like, it's basically just looks like that black triangle ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Let
I don't think that's Black Hawk. Black Hawk Down is
no, yeah,
that's
you're right.
different. But anywho, no, I know what you mean. I just always think it's interesting to think about. I'm definitely like, there's no way we're the only things living and breathing in the galaxy. But at the same
Mm.
time, it's like both both are kind of creepy that you don't know what's out there.
Well,
And
yeah,
if then nothing's out there, then that's also kind of freaky.
exactly. But also the thing is, like, when we talk about alien life, we always just assume that for them to exist, it has to be under the same conditions that we do. There could exist a new species out there, or an old species that doesn't require oxygen to function. They could survive off of nitrogen. You know, they may not need sunlight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
there's a lot that we don't know because our knowledge of life is only limited to our sample size of Earth. There's no
Hmm.
rule that's written that says life has to be this specific way. It's just what it has to be on our planet, you know?
I know. I'm definitely with it. Um, what do you think they would look like? Like, what do you think the nearest life form would look like? Do you think it'd look like this thing? Like it's just a bunch of dobbies running around?
Well, I mean, so I feel like with that said, I feel like there is still some things that would stay the same. Like obviously, if they're bigger, like they have to be bigger to have muscle, right? It can't be that size, but like pack the punch of like an elephant, right? Like I
Well,
feel like
well,
that's a law that would be broken.
but what if it was just like a bunch of like Dobby-sized Dwayne Johnsons?
Well, Jesus, the
Could
point
you
I'm
imagine
trying to
what that
make is
fucking look like?
like I feel like trying to discern what they could look like would be just almost pointless or bizarre just because we really have no idea. I would like there to be just humanoid aliens, kind of like the way they are in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That'd be cool. I always just, whenever I think of that question, I just think of like the dumbest thing possible you could think of. Like they're just Jesus, just a bunch of like slugs running around, but they're like really fast slugs or like really fast
Jeez.
turtles.
Have you ever
Like
seen
I
the
actually
movie
could,
like Space Troopers or anything like that?
yeah,
Like that's a pretty freaky like what if they were like this type of thing?
yeah,
That
not
like
something.
alien hive type of shit.
Yeah, not something I want to dive too much into because I'm just gonna freak myself out. But you know,
For
you get
real.
it. But it was interesting. The footage showed that thing just walk out of the garage. I guess I
Like
don't know, walk out of the
what is it
house.
doing with its legs? You see this?
Yeah, it's like um, not pigeon toed. It's the other one. I don't remember the name of it.
Duck
But
foot.
it's like feet are like sideways and it's like dick out and everything, just showing the world. But,
It's
maybe or
so
maybe it's just a kid dressed up.
but look how thin the legs and arms are. Comparatively, like those legs go like right up to where its like crotch would be, but there's no like thigh.
I was gonna say, Bobby, normally your legs do go up to where your crotch would be. Like they kind of, it's kind of, human anatomy. You get it. It's fine. We get it. Anywho,
Jeez, that's creepy, man. I got myself freaked out.
maybe Harry's just chilling under the staircase.
I'm hoping it's just Dobby.
Just stop. He's just chilling. He's just like, "What's up, guys?" Um, speaking of someone that looks like Dobby, Justin Bieber.
Jesus Christ.
Justin Bieber
Okay.
doesn't look like Dobby, but Justin
Tom Cruise
Bieber,
does though.
huh?
Tom Cruise does though.
Actually, you know what? Tom Cruise probably does believe in Dobby with his Scientology bullshit. But
Oh, you're right. He's a Scientologist.
he's a freak. Uh, sorry, Scientologists. We don't mean it. It's just a
Yeah,
joke.
we do. Your
Yeah, no,
organization's thieving.
fucking weird. But Justin Bieber challenged Tom Cruise to a fight. He just he randomly just tweeted out, and Justin Bieber doesn't tweet that often, but he just goes, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to a fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you will never live it down. Who is willing to put on the fight? And then he adds Dana White. So I don't know if he's going like for some UFC or some MMA kind of deal. But
Well, I would imagine so. What's funny though, like Justin Bieber's like what, 20, 25?
There was numbers on like
Yes, he's
by the
25,
tape.
and
It,
Cruz
Tom,
is 56.
yep.
That's
And
literally double his age.
yeah, Justin Bieber's like 5'9", Tom Cruise is like
Oh,
5'7", 5'5". On tape, Bieber wins it, so he's definitely like kind of picking a fight that he should win. I'd say. I don't know who do you take in this matchup.
okay. What I find funny is there's a tweet that says Justin probably just watched the first Mission Impossible when Tom Cruise was like 20 something, or
Hmm.
Top Gun when he was 20 something rather, and he's just kind of being an idiot. But
Well,
besides that, I mean Justin Bieber, right? Because I mean, like, even if Tom Cruise is very fit, like Justin Bieber is also pretty damn fit. Like I've seen those Calvin Klein posters, and
yeah,
he's young,
yeah, no, just Justin Bieber's in good shape.
and I
I
imagine
mean,
he's got the reach as well.
well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has the reach and he's got the height on Tom Cruise, which by like a few inches, so that makes a difference. But I feel like Tom Cruise could definitely win this fight. Um, because if this were to get funded and actually happens and they have an audience, you can guarantee that 95% of that audience would be like Scientologists. So
Hmm.
he would have the crowd behind him so he could fight.
It's funny actually. McGregor tweeted out if Tom Cruise is man enough to accept this challenge, McGregor Sports and Entertainment will host the bout. Does Cruise have the sprouts to fight like he does in the movies? Stay tuned to find
Oh.
out.
You see, that was interesting because apparently McGregor also challenged Mark Wahlberg to a fight, and I don't know what they had in common or intertwined together. It just didn't make much sense. I think he just wanted to call out like a beefy guy, and Mark Wahlberg seemed like the person that'd be the most down for it, you know?
Hmm. Well, I guess also like I feel like in general though, he might just be kind of grasping for another gosh, I can't even think of the boxer's name that he fought a while back was.
Oh, Mayweather?
Yes, I think he's just looking for like another Mayweather or just another like headline grabber, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think McGregor retired from UFC recently, so
Yes, so what if he retired? He could still probably kick the shit out of most Hollywood stars.
well, yeah, no doubt. I mean, 100%. Imagine Jennifer Lawrence versus McGregor. That wouldn't be a fair fight.
Well, if she paid attention enough when she was Mystique, I think she could do a fine job.
You know, even I'm gonna disagree. I'm really gonna disagree here.
Bro, she like kicked someone's throat out, bro. It's no.
Uh, I don't think she gets the superpowers in real life.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. If
just
she paid attention.
uh, you know what? Fine, you can have this. That's fine.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
uh, well, like I said earlier, who do you think wins, Justin Bieber or Tom Cruise?
Bieber. Gotta
Do you
be.
think Bieber?
Yeah, I mean, I feel okay. So here's the thing: like, I feel like if anything, if they both kind of knew how to fight, it would come down to who can actually take a hit, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like Tom Cruise has probably just gone too long without getting hit, whereas Justin Bieber probably is young slash hard enough to get hit and have the adrenaline be enough to be like, whatever.
See, I'm on the opposite side because I'll give you two answers why I think Tom Cruise would win.
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Okay. One, Tom Cruise does all his own stunts, so he's broken a few ankles, he's broken some bones.
Does
knows
do
how to
all
feel
his own
pain.
stunts?
Yeah, he does.
Really?
Yeah, shout out Tom Cruise. Good job. The other reason is I'm pretty sure that probably the night before the fight he could like do some Haley's Comet shit and like transport his spirit onto the comet and then let some other higher alien entity that he believes in take over his body that knows how to fight and then just beat Justin Bieber that way. You know what I'm saying?
Like Shazam, right?
Yeah, no, like Shazam. Like he just goes, yeah, he just goes Shazam, and then he turns in like a big green, like kind of like the Hulk.
But instead he just says Scientology.
Yeah, instead he just starts spewing on why you should be a devout Scientologist. And then he just like instead of like throwing punches, he has like pamphlets instead of like boxing gloves, and he's just like punching the knowledge into your head.
I agree with that. You know what? Yeah, you've changed it. Tom Cruise will definitely win.
Thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page now. I'm glad I was able to convince you.
Just fucking kidding. Justin Bieber will win.
Oh, damn. You set me up because I was gonna say some shit like, well, now that you agree with me on Tom Cruise, how about you join me on Scientology?
Jeez.
Dude, could you imagine like Jehovah Witnesses coming to your house, but they want you to get into Scientology?
It's happened.
Oh, you're right. That did happen to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
We don't have to
On a
bring up bad
different note,
memories.
yeah, it was very awkward. On a different note, if you actually look at Justin Bieber's tweet, I love that it's just full of randos coming out like, bro, I would fight you and I would destroy you.
Yeah, like the people that don't like Justin Bieber at this point are hanging on to like when we were in middle school, Justin Bieber, when like Baby first came out and he had the bowl
Yeah.
cut.
At this point, he's just there.
Yeah, like he was a douchebag, but I think he's just chilling at this point. He married Haley Baldwin. That was cute.
See?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Haley Bieber now.
Hmm.
Weird life, isn't it?
Guess it is.
Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I actually really hope this gets funded though. I really hope this actually happens.
Jeez, I don't think Tom Cruise will actually fight him.
I think for the right price, he probably would.
Yeah,
Money talks, man.
I don't think he needs it. If I'm gonna be fair.
No, I don't think he needs it, but once you get a taste of it, you just want more and more, I guess.
You think Justin just doesn't want to put out a new song, so he's like, fuck it, let me fight somebody?
Well, he did put out that one with Ed Sheeran recently, but I'm pretty sure he's just like, he probably did shrooms when he tweeted this, and he watched like the YouTubers in the boxing match when they did that shit. And he was like, dude, we should get celebrities to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there would be a better celebrity than Tom Cruise to challenge.
Yeah, that's the thing that doesn't make sense. Big age gap. You have the height and reach, and probably like weight too. And you've probably done boxing, and I don't think Tom Cruise has done boxing. Like you're just like you're picking on him at this point.
Do you think that could have been by design? Like he just wanted someone like that he could win against?
Well, no, because I think if he wanted that, he would have chose someone like a lot easier.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe it just looks easier. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Well, then he would have chose. No, never mind. I was gonna say then I feel like Justin Bieber would have chose like Stan Lee, but I forgot Stan Lee passed away, so now I just feel
Jesus.
bad.
Wowzers!
You hate to see it.
What the hell, Dan?
And I forgot. It's not my fault.
Yeah, let's go kick the shit out, old man.
Well, they're kids these days. They do the darndest things. Speaking of doing the darndest things, though, I know you're not a big sports person, but I know
which
you
sport are we talking about this time.
We're talking baseball. I know you definitely knew at one point who David Ortiz was.
Yes, because he got shot. Big Poppy.
Yeah, he got shot in the back. It went through the back, through the chest, or through the back, through the stomach. And
shoots Big Poppy.
That's the thing. I apparently this was at a nightclub, and it originally came out that it was a robbery, but it didn't seem like the person knew who he was at first. They just saw like, oh, he's probably popping bottles, got money at the club. So I don't know. The dude just shot him through the back, through the stomach. And he was in intensive care. Luckily, he's going to be okay. He's doing all right now. The Red Sox organization actually sent out a private plane for him to bring him back to Boston, which is very cool. But also, I watched a video of people in the streets of the Dominican Republic found the dude that shot David Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
They actually beat this guy to like the brink of death.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was insane. Like they showed the aftermath of him, and like his eyebrow, like he couldn't see. His eyebrows were like swollen to where they were covering his eyes. His lip was cut. Like he was destroyed.
So they just went and found this guy. They're just like, no, not Big Poppy.
Yeah, because like David Ortiz to a lot of people, like a lot of kids probably growing up, like that was an idol. They're like, man, if this guy can.
That's definitely true.
I mean, I feel like he was to anybody. I don't think anybody could have ever hated Big Poppy, especially for us growing up in New England.
Most definitely. I mean, my family wasn't even a Red Sox fan whenever baseball was on, but just seeing him up at bat was always fun.
Yeah, like you knew who he was. He's very
Exactly.
recognizable, and he did a lot for like communities, and especially giving back to the Dominican Republic. So,
Mm.
normally I'm not a solve violence with violence, but the dude that shot him, I'm kind of glad he's in custody now, but I'm glad he got
Hell yeah,
his
bro. Like, for
his
real.
comeuppance.
Just, why big pot? Just don't, man.
Yeah, so you fucking with the wrong guy at that point. But I don't think that was the thing. I don't think the person knew. And I mean, regardless, it's not right in any way, shape, or form. But I don't think he realized who he was trying to rob.
That would make sense.
And also the fact that he shot him in the back is just like, what the fuck, dude?
Hmm. Did he, like, turn to run, or did he just genuinely shoot him in the back?
I think he just shot him in the back and ran. But yeah, I guess he was bleeding in his liver, and he had to get portions of his intestines and gallbladder removed.
Jesus. Thank God he was
But
okay.
yeah, he's recovering now, so that's good. Just wanted to give a little shout out to Poppy. Glad he's making his recovery. Yeah, I don't know. I can't talk today, man. You notice that?
It's the weather.
It's actually really nice out today.
Exactly, because you don't want to be cooped up inside.
Yeah, true. But shout out to that. And while we are on the talk of sports, Blues Bruins, Game 7, Wednesday night, winner takes all, Stanley Cup Finals. Who you got, Bobby?
Um.
Just take a guess. Who do you think?
All right. Bruins Blues.
You think
I've
Bruins lose?
I've heard the Bruins before. They're the yellow, black, and white team.
Yep, yellow, black. The Bears, Boston.
Bruins. Okay, yeah, Bruins. Definitely the
Okay,
Bruins.
take Bruins. Good. I'm glad. If you said Blues, I'd have been upset.
Yeah. What? It's. I don't even know where the Blues are from. Never heard of them.
St. Louis. So it's us versus Ben at this point. Um, but yeah, just want to give a shout out to that. And then Raptors Warriors. Actually, that was one thing I wanted to bring up was you said you talked about like you don't really know much about basketball and you talked to like a customer or something at work
Yep.
about it.
Yeah, I had like a 5 minute conversation about a series of games that I had no clue what was going on, but let me tell you, it worked.
I've done that before. Of just like random shit that I don't know, and I'm like, oh yeah, you just gotta let them carry the conversation. They'll go on and on.
Mm.
But anyways, the person you were talking about with them of like they're coming back tonight, Kevin Durant, he had like a calf injury, and he was coming back tonight. Kind of rushed it, or he was definitely rushing it because it didn't seem like he was gonna be okay. Because like a couple weeks ago, he couldn't even walk on his own 2 feet. But he comes in the game and he's popping off, like he's shooting really well. And then there's a video of it. He goes to take like a jab step to the left, and his whole calf, it looks like someone shot it or like it rubber bands, and then his whole leg gives out.
Jeez.
Yeah, it is. It's not the worst thing I've seen. The worst thing I saw was the Kevin Ware thing.
Is that what the
Yeah,
compound
like the
fracture?
shin bone came out.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember when I first like saw that. It was I woke up in the morning for school and I was just
Hmm.
checking Reddit and it was like the first thing. I'm out of curiosity, like how bad could a basketball injury be? Because obviously it was marked as not safe for work, so it didn't show the image right away. I
Yeah.
insta gagged.
Yeah, it was not pretty. I mean, it's gonna sound fucked, but it reminded me of like an alien when the alien shoots out of the chest. That's what it looked like to me.
Yes, because it's
And
gross.
yeah, it was super unsettling. But yeah, they're saying it's probably like an Achilles injury, and a lot of the whole Warriors team was shaken up like post game. A lot of them were very emotional in tears. So
Well, didn't they win, right?
yeah, they won. They won by one in a like close game. But also the fuck thing, everybody
Yep.
hates Toronto now when it used to be the opposite. Because when Katie got injured, the Toronto stand like the whole stadium started cheering.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah, no, it was very fucked. I mean, like after he like got up walking away, they cheered to like give
So,
condolences. But
is Drake a Raptors fan or a Warriors fan? Out of
no,
curiosity.
Drake is a Raptors fan. He owns part of the team.
But Yeah, I swore I saw something of when that guy got hurt again. Drake genuinely looked like upset for him.
Well, yeah, because I think they're friends. I'm pretty sure they're friends. And
Okay,
also,
that's good.
yeah, and also in like a game or a series like that, you want the best competition as possible.
That
Like
makes
the
a lot of
best,
sense.
yeah, most competitive game you can get. So that was that. Just wanted to
Yeah.
give you a little sports corner with Dan. Just wanted to,
Little
enlighten you.
sports corner. You know, it's crazy to me that like the point values get so high in basketball. Like, what was the finishing score off the top of your head? Do you think, like, estimate?
106, 105.
Yeah, you know what it was in like my basketball little league equivalent,
Hit me, Bobby.
like 12.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. There's a bit of a difference in the skill gap between your rec basketball team and the NBA Finals.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is that means that there was like max, or I mean at least four baskets made, right?
Yeah.
So like that's crazy to think about though.
No, I
At least to me.
Well, yeah, that's best people in the world doing what they do best.
Mm.
But
So there's another 2 games potentially, right? If
Yep.
if the Warriors win, I don't know. Do they play tonight? They don't play tonight.
no, they don't play tonight. They play on Thursday or Friday. I
Mm.
can't be fucked to remember at this point.
So who do you want to win out of those 2 teams?
I want Raptors because I'm a big Kawhi fan. Boardman gets paid.
Yeah, when you said that in chat, I was like, what's he talking about? I was so confused. Like every time you typed that the last like 2 or 3 days, I just was like, is Dan drunk or something? Has he just been sipping off the bourbon or what?
No. Yes, but no. There was like Kawhi, he's a very like he doesn't talk a lot. He's a very like to himself person to the media. But like a story came out that when he was in college, when he'd make a basket, he'd just say bucket. If he got a steal, he'd say nope. And then if he got a rebound, he'd say boardman or boardman gets paid.
Jeez.
I
like
loved
that.
it, dude. Yeah.
I
So
like that. I just like the mental image. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but the mental image of someone just like making like a killer 3 and then just hearing bucket.
Yeah, not even like, oh, buckets, just bucket. And then could you imagine like someone getting a rebound over you and just like, hey, boardman gets paid? It'd be off. It'd be kind of off-putting, I'll be honest.
Flex up, bro.
Flex up.
Flex up. Flex tape it up, brother.
Speaking of flexing, not really talking about flexing, but E3 is going on right now. It started Saturday or Sunday?
I think technically it would be our Saturday, but Sunday.
Yeah. E3, for those of you who don't know, is big old, every video game gets announced by every publisher and all that jazz. We're going to talk about it for a little while. So strap in. If you're interested and you watched it too, talk to us about it. Let us know. Email us. But anywho, you didn't get to watch that much because you had to work, right?
Yeah, it was very unfortunate, man.
Yeah. The first big headline coming out was Cyberpunk 2077, very highly anticipated game.
Oh,
and to make it more highly anticipated, they got Keanu Reeves in the game and they had him introduce the game.
That was so cool, man, just seeing him pop through.
Yeah, he's just an unhateable person. I love him.
He's great, bro. And I love all this new stuff for him coming out of the woodwork because he's such a great guy.
Yeah. But there was a moment where he was talking about the game and he's like walking around, it's breathtaking. And then like it went silent, someone in the front row just yells like, "You're breathtaking!"
Yeah.
He's like, "No,
you're breathtaking.
No,
you're breathtaking.
Oh, I love it.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. When he's not killing people over dogs, he's a very nice guy.
Well, even then, he's still a nice guy.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he was killing bad guys in John Wick, so it was all right.
Yeah.
But
Did you see the Final Fantasy 8 remake, by the way, or 7?
7.
Yeah.
Yes, and I am so excited that it actually has a date because that shit was actually supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
No, but March March 3rd, 2020 is when it comes out. Very excited for that.
Mm.
Let me think what else. Well, also I want to talk Cyberpunk. You watched the cinematic for it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Didn't really give a lot. I mean, in the beginning it was just kind of meh, but towards the end, very got my attention for sure.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's one game I'm very excited for, and I know a lot of people are. So I really hope it doesn't fall flat.
I mean, kind of my thing though with it is like we really won't know how good it will be until we see what type of combat it is.
That's true. Actually, not. I think there is a gameplay trailer that was from last E3, but obviously they've definitely built upon it. But yeah, because all we got was a cinematic this year at E3, so
Like
it's all right.
it's, I feel like it could be really hit or miss. I mean, I have faith in CD Projekt Red to do us good, right? Are they the one doing the game?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I find it interesting though that they got Keanu on the project. Like, I wonder like how that relationship started between them and him.
I mean, he's done his fair share of like being a badass in movies, so maybe it was like, fuck it, I want to be a badass in a game now.
Hmm. I hope he actually plays like a role in the game, and he's just not like a game case catcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like a one-off.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll throw his face on like the game picture, or like the one I'm talking about, the main cover of the game,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's
and
it.
then yeah, and then like in the game, it's just like he's an optional. Like you can talk to him if you go into this bar and go to the back of the bar, and then
Yeah,
like you
that
have
would
to
be
go out of your
disappointing.
way. Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure it out. They got it.
Oh, I
Um,
definitely believe in them.
let's see, what else was I excited for?
That new game with George R. R. Martin in FromSoft is
Yep. We talked about it, and it wasn't Great Rune. That was the leaked name, but it wasn't that at all. It was called Elden Ring, and
Elden Ring, right?
they gave like a cinematic trailer that really didn't show anything whatsoever. But
Yeah,
it was very nice to look at. It had very cool visuals.
I guess. Well, we already knew it was probably going to be in a fantasy setting, but it pretty much just confirmed that it was going to be in a fantasy setting
Hmm.
and probably contains some form of magic as well.
Definitely got magic. I looked at their Twitter because they made a Twitter for the game itself, and its bio says it is the biggest FromSoft game to date. So
Oh,
that's exciting.
that's an interesting claim in itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got George R. R. Martin on board for it, so it's definitely got. They're definitely going all out for it. It seems, you
Hmm.
know.
Well, the thing is, like, if okay, so when they say big, I'm thinking like, do they mean in terms of features? Do they mean in terms of gameplay? Do they mean in terms of story?
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
like Dark Souls in general, like I feel like those are massive games. Like obviously The Witcher 3 you could play for like 60 hours and get through like half the content that it has to offer.
Hmm.
But like Dark Souls in itself, I feel like let's just say Dark Souls 3 or 2 because I feel like those are bigger than one. Um
Yeah.
and even Sekiro, right? 'Cause that's from Soft
Yep. Or Bloodborne.
or Bloodborne. Those are all pretty like big atmospheric games, a lot of zones. So I wonder if it's just going to be kind of like if they're trying to make it into like a new IP, maybe.
A lot of the rumors were saying that they're going for an open world s game this time.
Oh, instead of
Int-
like kind of like the directed Dark Souls type of route.
yeah, instead of like you have to follow this path, go zone to zone to zone, instead of just gonna be like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it, you'll get
Oh,
there.
like Red Dead.
Yeah,
Okay, I
like or
actually like that idea.
yeah, they. I think they said that they wanted to make it like Breath of the Wild.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that. Don't really have anything on it. Don't even have a release date for it yet. But
Do we even know if it's coming to PC or Xbox or what?
if it doesn't come to PC, I will be very upset.
I mean, I won't be too torn because I have. I mean, if it goes to Xbox, it comes to PC pretty much at this point.
Yeah.
And don't. I think they don't want to do any more PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, which is sad for a lot of, or not sad for a lot of people, but a lot of people were sad about that because couldn't play Bloodborne on Xbox or or
Mm,
PC.
mm.
But
On a very different note, my wallpaper engine just cycled to a background with audio, and it just gave me the biggest jump scare I think I've had in a long time.
that always happens to me when I open articles and the ad starts playing, and it just scares the ever living shit out of me every single time.
I almost just reflex, like, just smacked a cup straight off my desk, going to mute it.
Like back when like the scary maze game, like the dude that punches the hole in the monitor.
I love that video, man. Even now.
Grade A classic. But Elden Ring good. There was another game called, I think it was Ghostwire Tokyo. I don't know
I
if you
didn't
saw
actually
anything for
watch
that
that
game.
trailer for that. No, I didn't.
It was very cute because I don't remember her name, but they had a Japanese lady. It was her project, and she didn't really speak English, but she was trying her best to speak English.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it was very cute. If you get a chance, look at the or watch that. But the trailer for it was interesting. I guess it was like people in Tokyo are disappearing, and it's kind of like a action detective game. I don't know. I
Hmm.
can't describe it
No,
very
I
well.
feel like that was a pretty good job. I mean, just
Yeah.
in terms of the genre.
Yeah, I don't
I'll
know
have
if
to
it's
check that out.
detective, but yeah, I don't know if it's detective, but it's like you're supposed to find out the reason why.
I always wanted a game recently where it's kind of like a detective game, like LA Noire type of stuff, where you have to like actually actively look for clues and stuff.
That would be
But
cool.
I don't want it to be like LA Noire in the sense where like you're like, all right, we're looking for this, this, and this, and you can only complete the mission once you find like all of them. Like I kind of like the idea of you being able to miss stuff and make it harder for you by missing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it changes like the outcome of it. Like, oh, you missed these clues, so you convicted the wrong person or something like that, and like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you have to live with some that. I feel like that would be really unique. But yeah, yeah. If you need theory crafting, hit us up. New Halo got announced. Cool. I get. I feel like Halo's been done since Reach. You know what I mean? All right.
All right, you're right.
All right, little technical difficulties, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Back in business.
We
Sorry
were
about that.
talking about E3 because we are genuine gamers and we drink G Fuel and use Xbox cologne. What was I talking about? We were talking about Ghostwire Tokyo. So we
Yeah,
need to set about that. Bethesda's conference in general is always ass to me. It's never very good.
dude. The only thing like because they think anyone gives a shit besides like their three games that they have. Like every other
Exactly.
game is like about like meh, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they announced Doom Eternal, like
I was
new
happy
Doom
about that.
game. Yeah, it's cool. I like that. And then they just kept announcing like new expansions for Skyrim Online, which few people seem to care about. But the one great thing about that conference was there was actually someone just in the front row continuously screaming.
Are you just
Uh
screaming?
yeah, they just every time he says something, he just go, "Yeah!" Just over and over and over again, and it was actually hilarious. I loved it. Commander Keen got announced.
Is that mobile game, man?
Yeah, it's a mobile game. Me and Jordan were making fun of it a lot because it was actually hilarious. It was very, very cringy. I imagine it's I really hope that it's for like a younger audience. Because me
Mhm.
personally, I'm not too fond of it. Um, let's see. And then today was Nintendo, which
Can you just do me a favor and talk to me about Nintendo?
I'll
Tell,
tell you all about Nintendo, buddy.
tell me exactly why this was hype.
Nintendo every single year at E3 delivers better than anyone else, and you can't change my mind. Right out the gate, we got Luigi's Mansion 3. If you ever played Luigi's Mansion as a kid on GameCube, that game was fucking awesome. One of my favorite games I ever played. The one on the DS, we can forget about that one. Kind of not, it was whatever. It was very forgettable. Let's see, what else do we got? They announced new DLC for new Smash Bros. And the first one they announced was the hero from Dragon Quest. I never played Dragon Quest. Did you?
No, I wish I got into it sometime.
Yeah, but they announced him, and that was cool. And then the second one they announced was it was the very last thing they showed at the direct, where they were like, oh, we have one more thing to show you, and it was like Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool chilling out, and then they get woken up by something, and you think it's Banjo Kazooie, but they josh you, they really meme you with it was actually the Duck Hunt dog, but then Banjo Kazooie comes in and dunks the Duck Hunt dog, and then they're like, oh shit, Banjo Kazooie for Smash, and then they show that thing. I check on Twitter, and everyone's popping off. They're very excited about it. It's just a grand old time. We got our boy. That's been hinted for a very long time. And yeah, that's very cool. And then we finally got a new Animal Crossing game.
I've heard people have been like begging Nintendo for one on the Switch for so long.
Dude, people have wanted a new Animal Crossing game for like years. Actually years. But tragically it won't be here till March 20 in 2020. So
Yikes.
3/20/2020. A little bit of ways. I mean, it's also like Final Fantasy isn't coming till next March either, but I'm still excited. That's why, like, I always have a love-hate relationship with E3, where like I'm very excited to see the new things, but then I get really upset the next day because I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta wait a year for this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel that, especially with well, of course there was like last year's E3 with Bethesda just announcing like Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, and then they're like, "Hey, we're not going to tell you when it's coming out." So that was like, it felt like a supreme blue balls moment.
I
But
definitely agree on the getting blue balled.
geez, I agree though. It sucks, and just knowing how far away it is.
Yeah, but anywho, let me think. Oh yeah, and they also announced that they're working on a new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so that is very sick. I'm very
So it's
excited
supposed
for
to be
that.
a sequel.
Yeah, I guess it's a sequel, but the game didn't really end like it needed a sequel, but more content for
Do
that game is definitely on board for that.
does this Legend of Zelda games actually have sequels usually?
No, they're normally their own thing, but they said specifically that they're working on a sequel for Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
And the trailer they gave was kind of freaky actually. It was not very Nintendo-esque.
I gotta go back and actually play the first Breath of the Wild. It looks very good.
It's very fun, yeah. Honestly, probably one of the best games I've ever played. Hands
But
down.
you know me in games that are good in single player.
Yep, I do know you, and how they will never get completed. Or
More
started
like never get
sometimes.
played. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had Nier Automata on the Steam list for almost a year now.
Oh, you hate to see it, but that's just how it is sometimes. But
Honestly.
yeah, so far E3's been good. I only talked about the things I was specifically excited for. I think there was a couple other things for Nintendo. They released a new Fire Emblem.
Again?
Yeah, the shit doesn't end, man. Well, it's because they have like just so many different stories with characters that you just forget about and didn't know existed and all that shit. And it's just like, okay, we get it. It's fine. Very cool. Yada yada. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But let me think. Honestly, I think that's it for E3. I think that's it. Yeah. Um, did you see anything you want to talk about at all, or is there anything you want to talk about?
No, we kind of already talked about most of it. Honestly, E3 for me is kind of, it's almost, I kind of find it disappointing sometimes because there's a lot of games that eventually do get announced that were not announced at E3, and you kind of know in the back of your head, like that they probably had this on deck anyways, but they didn't want to get overshadowed by anything else. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
So I'm always just tentative because I know that's not all that a lot of these companies have to offer.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're like thinking 3, 5 years down the road. Most of them have like a little roadmap that they want to accomplish.
Mm.
Just depends on what they think is a priority and what they want to get to, and what they think is just like, all right, we can this one it's big to us, but we don't have to throw too much attention to it yet. Know what I mean?
Alrighty, folks, that's been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 32. Thank you as always, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And as always, we have a Twitter and Instagram. The handle for both of those is the Frying Pan Pod. Sauce us over a follow. We would appreciate it. We're posting on our Instagram more regularly, and our Twitter eventually will probably rise from the ashes. I'm learning how to tweet on my own time, just so I don't post too much cringy stuff. It's an interesting relationship. Anyways, besides that, you're listening to us on either Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, YouTube, and I think that's all of them. So thank you for doing that, and if you could leave us a like, a comment, anything of the sort, we'd really appreciate it. And as I always say, constructive criticism would be much appreciated because we do this to get better. And, well, we care about what you guys have to say. And on that note, you could also send us over any form of business inquiries or other criticisms over to our email in thepanpodcast@gmail.com. And on that note, we're going to conclude episode 32 here. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. I've been Robert D'Onofrio.
Me, Robert.
And we've been the hosts of the Frying Pan Podcast. Later.